it's no surprise. And one of the big topics of conversation that often comes around here is the fact that, you know, the box office has struggled since the pandemic. I mean, we went from record-breaking year after record-breaking year after record-breaking year to the pandemic shutting movie theaters down and no films being in production and all that kind of stuff. And then not long after that, the industry got crippled again by the double strikes. We had the actor strike, we had the writer strike, everything shut down again, all kinds of stuff. And really, the box office has never recovered. We talk often today about the studies that were done through the trades, that they're estimating like 15 to 20% less people are going to the movies right now than prior to the pandemic. But there have been some signs of life. For instance, as many box office disappointments as there were this year, it has gone up, in years, since the pandemic, nothing significant. But there's a new study that just came out. This is in Variety. The Odyssey, Avengers, Spider-Man, and more are to drive the global box office to $35 billion in 2026, which would mark the highest score since the pandemic. It would be the biggest box office year since the pandemic, if this does indeed go ahead. It goes on to write this. Once again, this is in Variety. Gower Street Analytics has projected that the global box office will reach $35 billion in 2026, marking a second consecutive year of growth with a 5% increase over the current estimates for 2025. The forecast would make 2026 the highest grossing year worldwide since 2019's $42.3 billion. We forget how big those box offices were pre-pandemic. Haul, surpassing 2023's $33.9 billion, according to the theatrical analytics firm annual year ahead projections. So, we've been talking for a while about when we look at the film slate of 2026, there's a lot of big bangers on the way.
Yeah.
And so we've been kind of anticipating this would actually be probably the biggest year yet. But now this analytics firm has come in and said, yeah, this is expected to hit the $35 billion mark, which puts it within about $7 billion of the pre-pandemic era, which again, it's good. It's momentum going in the right direction. Would we like to see recovery a lot faster than this? Yes, absolutely. And here's the other concerning part of this though, Rob, because I know you look at this, $35 billion estimated for next year, highest since the pandemic, a continued upswing. That's all good news, right? Here's the concerning part for me though, and why I don't think it's all roses and strawberries, is we are going to get multiple more huge blockbusters next year than say we had this year. And yet the increase is only projected to be about 5%. Don't get me wrong. I understand, John, in this type of field, 5% is actually a significant number. I know that it is. I'm just saying that when we're talking about a year that is going to have the Odyssey, Spider-Man, Avengers, and like 6 or 7 other huge high profile ones that, we ran down a list of 8 films that have the potential to be billion-dollar films next year, that the overall growth rate is still only pegged at 5%. What that tells me is that while these bigger movies may be pulling in much more cash than, say, the bigger movies of 2025, it also suggests that those middle of the road movies and maybe smaller ones aren't projected to make as much as those level of films did in 2025. Otherwise, maybe we'd see a 7, 8, 9, 10% increase. Maybe not. I might be over worrying about this. I might just be, kind of looking for the dark spot on the white wedding cake. But again, still, it shows the industry heading back in the right direction. They are expecting some big things from next year. I'm hoping we can close out this year strong. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Aura. Guys, if you are anything like me, you swear every year you're going to be on top of your Christmas shopping, and then suddenly it's December 20th, the shelves are empty, and you're standing around in Target asking yourself, does my aunt even like candles? But this year, I am not doing that because of Aura Frames. It's completely saved me. See, I always struggled with what to get people in my life, but this year I'm going to give out a couple of Aura Frames, and it's hands down the most personal, meaningful gift that I can possibly give. And here's the best part. Aura lets you upload unlimited photos and videos. Plus, the frame comes in a premium gift box with no price tag, so it feels like a classy, well thought out gift, even if you bought it last minute. Guys, you can't gift wrap togetherness, but you can frame it. So for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code Campea at the checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code Campea. This deal is exclusive to our listeners and frames sell out fast. So order yours now to get it in on time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning that we sent you at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Anyway, Rob, you heard this report. Does it surprise you, or does it make you enthusiastic? Does it give you hope? Are you still pessimistic? I don't know. What do you think about that?
No, I mean, I know for me personally, I always use myself as a judge in terms of my excitement for next year's slate of films. There's more films, I'm talking Hollywood studio movies, beginning with Project Hail Mary in March. There's so many things that I'm excited about next year. I mean, look, how can you not be excited for Christopher Nolan making a historical epic based on Homer's The Odyssey? I'm like, sign me up. I've got myself into such a lather over Avengers Endgame already, and the two Avengers, Avengers Doomsday and Endgame. And then we've got a Star Wars movie coming out. There's so much stuff coming out that I'm excited for. And it's not that, look, am I really excited for Mandalorian and Grogu as one thing? Maybe not. But you know what? Collectively, I think about the entire slate of everything we're getting. Top shelf superhero movies, Star Wars. Yeah. We're getting an original science fiction film based on Andy Weir's novel, and I think The Martian's one of the great sci-fi films of the 21st century. Can't wait for that. There's comedies. There's all kinds of things. It's an embarrassment of riches, and I'm going to go see them all in the movie theater because Warner Brothers movies are going to still be in the movie theaters. I know they don't take over for a year, but whatever. I'm excited, John, and it makes me happy for the industry as a whole because people want to go to the movies. And they want to see great entertainment. And, I think, look at what Warner Brothers has done just last year. The one studio gave us so many diverse, when I say diverse, I mean diverse storytelling. And that's what, to
genres
me,
and themes.
And stories. I mean, look, I got to tell you, it's so funny when I listen to people say, well, Sinners isn't that great. It's just From Dusk Till Dawn. I'm like, no. I put Sinners on just to marvel at the cinematography. That you put that movie on and you're drenched in a world and a time that I've never been in. The vampires are cool, but I like the beginning of that movie, just watching him drive around that town in, Mississippi.
It was like two separate amazing movies in one. That's why Sinners right now for me is still my #1 film of the year.
I just keep watching it. And the fact that Warner Brothers allowed it to get made, good on them. And it's the kind of thing where I like that it's this genre pastiche. But the fact that major studios can make Final Destination, Weapons, Sinners, and do all these things, and they're taking chances, it's great. I think it's a really great, and look, for all those A24 heads, there's stuff coming from them that's weird and cool, and there's so many interesting things happening. There's a movie I'm dying to see that I haven't seen called The Plague that's set at like a boys', it's up for nominations for Spirit Awards and stuff. Roy Lee produced it, and I'm dying to see that, and that just seems interesting. I haven't seen it. It's out, but I haven't seen it. But there's so much good stuff coming, and I'm excited, dude. I'm excited more than I have been in a long time.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? The Variety is publishing a report here saying that they are now projecting that next year's box office will come in around the $35 billion mark, which would note another increase in returns, and the biggest increase and the biggest number we've had since the pandemic. I'd still like to see numbers going higher than that at this point, and it makes me a little bit concerned considering the number of big blockbusters we're expecting, that maybe the results should be a little bit better, but still good news is good news, I guess. I don't know. Whatever you guys think about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.